Hello, Saggies. How are you guys doing? And happy birthday to everybody who might be celebrating whilst you're watching this video or during this time. So let's dive into what's going on for you guys. So in the center of your reading for the month of November, this is going to be a month of success. Even if you don't find success happening here, which I do feel like you are working towards it, this might just feel like you're focusing more on your success. Now, we have the peppermint here. It also has this Libra sign. So maybe you guys are dealing with Libras at this time, or legal situations, or maybe even balance in your life. Maybe these are the areas that you might be focusing on, even if it's justice, all the things that Libra stands for could be part of this theme. Even Libra is also 7th house, so it could also be about your relationships, success in your relationships or business partnerships, whatever it is, however it resonates for you. These can also be themes coming up for you. Now, you have a key here. This is important. It feels like you're opening doors. This key can also represent knowledge, information. Something is unlocking something for you in the month of November. Okay, so depending on how that resonates, I'll allow you to see how it does for you. I think it'll be different for everybody. But another thing coming up for you guys in the month of November is that you are regenerating. It's almost giving a phoenix rising as well, to be honest. So rising from the ashes, maybe you guys are actually completely transforming as a person. That could be happening within the month of November. But one thing I do always get when that card comes true is that you're being taken away from toxic energies, even if they are within yourself. So I always say tarot is either internal or external, so take it however it resonates. This can be certain habits that just no longer serve you. It could be people around you that no longer serve you, a certain environment that doesn't serve you, especially with all tied up here. Maybe it's all about being taken away from situations or moving away from situations that are taking up too much of your freedom, your space, your you're a Sagittarius. Freedom is so important to a Sagittarius. You are lifelong students, really. So if you've fallen out of that, or that gets blocked, like if you cannot be a free spirit, I think it really does give you kind of claustrophobia in your life and maybe really dark and difficult feelings. So if you felt like that and your environment has kind of pushed you into this little, I just feel like it's starting to get to you now. Something that may have made you feel quite stuck for a while, even if it's just you in your own comfort zone, is kind of getting to you a little bit, to the point of where I feel like you're understanding that you need to leave that comfort zone, position, job, relationship, situation, environment, whatever it is, because I feel like you're realizing that it's actually getting to you more than you anticipate. The reason why I say that, I never really see it this way, but I'm just really looking at the fact that these leaves are withering here on this tree. And I always say that this bright light is coming through to pull this tree out of the environment that it's in, to repot it somewhere else where there's a lot more nutrition for it, so you can grow. You are the tree that I'm speaking about metaphorically here, Sagittarius. So spirit is almost intervening, or maybe a calling is happening in the month of November that's pulling you out of something that's just not serving you anymore. Again, just doesn't have any new things for you, doesn't have any good things for you, is not helping you to grow. Okay, and that's what's transforming and regenerating here. So I kind of feel like things are going to be very different moving out of November. What else do we have here? Now you have some good news. We love to see that. You got plenty of material things. All right, so maybe you're finding some success in your assets, in your finances, or just really feeling grateful about what you do have currently, because maybe it's more than you've had before. That could be coming through for you guys as well. I'm seeing this as you really fighting for what it is that you are deserving of. Like, I feel like the Empress is a beautiful, powerful energy for you, Sagittarius, within this month, because you're really focusing on your worthiness, on your confidence, on sitting on that throne and knowing that you are worthy of an abundance and that it's your birthright, and maybe even seeing things from a position of love and understanding as well with the Empress. She is a mother, all right, as well. So she's also pregnant in the normal tarot decks, which represents the fact that she's working on something, she's nurturing something actively to be brought into life later on. So you could be working on something behind the scenes here, Sagittarius, in the month of November. It does look promising. There may be some challenges that you feel up against, but just remember, when the 7 of Wands comes in, despite how things look right now in the month of November, it does feel like you are going to have a lot of success, and that could be what the good news and material things is all about. You are highly thought of, so maybe that is going to be coming up for you around this time. Maybe you get spoken to, complimented frequently within this month, or it just feels like some good news, but not so much. I feel like some people might be offering things to you, even if it's love, because the Empress, of course, who doesn't want an Empress, regardless of your gender, by the way. It's just the energy that you're giving off within this month feels very successful, feels very balanced, feels very loving, feels very nurturing, feels very successful as well. So of course people are going to want some of that. Interestingly enough, I really feel like all of these cards are really about you. So maybe that's also a theme for you, is that you're focusing solely on yourself. Maybe you're blocking out your external, because that's where things feel all tied up and a bit toxic. So you're really trying to kind of center back into your spiritual self and understanding who you are. Now you have rat over here, which I think is important to mention, given that we're speaking about things around you. This says someone working against you behind your back, so be careful of that. Again, it could be a toxic work environment, or again, it could be a home living situation, whatever it is. It does feel like you might know already who this is. It does feel like jealousy, because you're here as the Empress and somebody's like hidden in the grass here. Actually, it's really interesting. This might come as a surprise. For those who don't know me, I like to see cards very visually. They kind of come to life for me, and because of the imagery looks so interesting, this mouse is not important. Let me just say that. If it's a person, if it's just something going against you, again, Seven of Wands says, again, whatever you are up against, you will have victory over, because you're in a position of the Empress. Okay. But this rat here feels like it's just going to give you a little scare. But again, just don't get up off of your throne to run away from it. Like, it just doesn't feel like, this rat doesn't feel scary. Should I say that? Like, it feels completely irrelevant to all the things that you're growing and focusing on, and the abundance that you can obtain. So whether it be an enemy, whatever, I'm just seeing she's getting a bit shocked here, and and then that's that, so maybe that's gonna represent something within this month. I have no idea. Right, you have spiritual guidance over here, protection from harm. That is exactly what I always see with the regeneration card. It does feel like there is a spiritual light coming through to pick you up, to pull you away from everything that might be harming you, hurting you, because you are protected. That blue ribbon wrapped around the tree is all about protection and the fact that you are a protected soul. Okay, so even if you do have enemies, even if there is obstacles up against you, I do feel like you've been going through a lot lately, but you're in a very powerful position of not backing down, and that again is what they're wanting you to do with that rat energy here too. Don't back down. You are protected, and also tap into your spiritual guidance. You do have angels here who are protecting you at this time. So if you feel them around you, then that is your guardian angels. All right. Now you have misunderstanding here as well. So that's an interesting one, and I wonder how that will come up for you. It could be about this rat. Okay, again, you might feel like it's bigger than actually what it is. That could be what the misunderstanding is. You could have a bit of a conflict with someone over a misunderstanding. Okay, that could be something coming up for you guys as well. I feel like that's why balance is important with that little Libra energy, with that success card. Okay, so don't be too quick to judge something. Don't be too quick to react to something either. All right, think about it. Is this really something that is important? And to really manage your feelings, emotions, and reactions based on what's happening around you. Now, I really want to get to these two because they're very similar, and I will quickly clarify everything too with my Christmas elf deck. But the Hanged One and the Three of Wands are both about stagnancy. Now, I can see that you're actively working on things, and I can see that there is going to be an unlocking of a door here, which always represents new chapters and entering new environments, new zones. You have regeneration here, kind of confirming that too. But right now in November, you might feel like things aren't really moving, that you're waiting, that you're, expecting something almost. Three of Wands, you've put the energy out there. That's what it feels like. And you're waiting for the universe to bring something in. That might still be a theme for you here. And the Hanged One is about understanding that, okay, things may seem stagnant right now, but there's a lot going on in your psyche. There's a lot going on in terms of your spiritual development. And if there's not, this is why we have to sit comfortably in the upside down so we can see things from the way that the universe wants us to see it. So even if there is difficulty here, what is this trying to tell you? Okay, if you're feeling all tied up and a bit, stuck in your environment, Where is this coming from? Why is this happening? Why do you feel this way? Because these questions are going to help you to unlock a new door, okay? I feel like I'm seeing you boxed in a room, and I was sensing that as well with the regeneration. Like there's this little boxed room that I'm seeing, and you're feeling like, how do I get out of this box? And the key is here, and success is here. So I do see that you'll get out of it. But I wonder if sitting... Sorry, Sagittarius, my camera does this every half an hour. So yeah, I was saying about sitting there. I don't know what exactly you're doing that I would say is wrong, but usually with the Hanged One, like I always see that the wrong way of dealing with stagnant period, where spirit's wanting you to reflect and look at life differently, is kind of panicking, right? She's trying to squirm, she's trying to find a way out, and there's no way out, which again you might feel. Instead, she's sitting with it. She's going, okay, what is this here to teach me? What is this teaching me? What can I learn from this? Maybe this is like a karmic cycle that you're stuck in, because that Libran energy as well, it just feels like that. Anyway, once she looks at life from a different perspective, and from a perspective that she's kind of stuck in, she's able to gain enlightenment. And as I said, that key does feel like it might also be about some knowledge. So that might be limitations, limited thinking. If I'm going to think about that box here, you know, if you're stuck in a box, you feel like you are stuck in the same cycle or the same place, or something's limited almost. But anyway, I do see by the end of November, some form of enlightenment might set you free. So that's nice. That could be what the good news is. Right, let's dive in. So let's see, why is the Hanged One here? Six of Swords. So you're definitely moving away from a situation. All right, maybe you are kind of in the middle of some movement. Again, I remember saying like the Hanged Man is like kind of gonna be on this little pulse. So the ship is moving. So you are moving. You personally don't feel like you're moving because you're kind of stuck on this boat. Again, feeling a little bit limited here. However, you are going to have a lot more land to explore. That feels like that's what I'm sensing here too. Anyway, Six of Swords, you're moving to better terms, to better ways, to more freedom. Maybe there is some travel coming up for you guys that really is going to help you shift your perspective, or just some sort of inner knowledge, you know. Instead of rocking the boat, you know, trying to get off the boat, how do I move? I need to move forward. It's about understanding that you are moving forward. There is something that's going on very spiritually. The ship feels like it's spirit guiding you somewhere. I feel like they're wanting you to reflect, you know, because Six of Swords come from difficulty. All right. So anyway, Six of Swords, moving forward, going to new land. Why is the Empress here for Sagittarius? The Two of Swords, again, do not react. Two of Swords is really about blocking something out here. It's also about making big, bold decisions, you know, especially when it comes down to cutting things out. Seven of Wands here, kind of just reflecting this energy. So when I say something's coming out to scare you, I don't feel like scare as in fear. It's just like something comes as a surprise. And it might make you feel a bit nervous if I'm thinking about it, as if a rat's jumping up here. Let's see. I kind of, again, feel like they really want you to protect your energy, especially if people are working against you here, to use your discernment with the Two of Swords about, you know, what your intuition is telling you about people or things around you. All right, and also become more unavailable, actually, is what's interesting. The Empress is not available to everybody. My goodness, she's, you know, the top tier in the tarot. You know, she's right at the top of the throne. You know, she's not a king, she's not a queen, she's not a knight, she's not a page, she's an empress, right? So I kind of feel like they're really wanting you to become more unattainable to people. You don't need to engage with people. You don't need to hear people out. You don't need, you know, to entertain anything. You don't need to give people your time and energy. And I feel like maybe you guys have been people pleasers in your life, and again, that's where you've kind of stayed stuck or felt anxious, you know, to confront people. But I feel like this is really about becoming unattainable. Like it feels like the Empress is now blocked off, you know. Okay, she's unavailable now. That's interesting. Seven of Wands. Okay. Six of Cups, so yeah, definitely dealt with a difficult past, and the Seven of Cups as well, which is interesting because it's all about confusion or difficult feelings and emotions. That could be something that you are struggling with. Five of Wands, conflict, could be family. Six of Cups can be family or familiar, children maybe even as well. Seven of Cups, and it can also be nostalgia in the past, right? Memories. Seven of Cups too is mixed feelings, a lot of memories maybe even as well. It can sometimes be a card of illusion, or imagination. So some of you might be trying to overcome certain difficult memories of conflicts that could keep you anxious, stuck in that box. Again, I'm seeing it as that. Seven of Wands. You will overcome this, don't you worry. Especially if right now you are going through a lot emotionally too. Can I see the outcome of the Seven of Wands? The Wheel of Fortune. So something that you might be trying to, maybe it's trying to come out of old habits, no longer thinking about the past, or I don't know. But the Wheel of Fortune does represent a change in your fortune. So it's almost like when you stay persistent with something, your fortune changes. And again, karmic cycles, that's what I'm kind of sensing a little bit here. Okay, that's interesting. Maybe there has been a misunderstanding. Like they really want you to go back and reflect on something. That's why it keeps coming back up. Or again, seeing it from a different lens might be enough to give you some sort of peace about something. Right, Three of Wands. Okay, what is that? Knight of Pentacles. All right, so forward movement. There is going to be some progress, especially financially, especially in terms of your career. Especially in terms of your self-development, by the way, because the Knight of Pentacles to me is always about personal improvement and really good improvement for finances and business too, if that's something that you're working on. But the Knight is a Knight, right? So kind of you're still educating yourself on something, you're still learning about something, you're still making moves and trying to trial and error things, and you're working it out as you go along. So you're waiting for that big goal, but I feel like something about this is saying like make sure you're also taking slow steady movements, and also remembering that you're taking slow steady movements. Those are still progress. I kind of feel like you have your eyes on this big goal, this big success, and not really considering what you've earned along the way. That's what I'm sensing here. So that's something that could be important for you as well within this time. But I do say this does look quite nice. Again, whatever you're doing here, maybe mental, again, whatever that box is, you are breaking free from that, which I love to see. And you're being guided to go there too. So that's awesome. But again, it does feel like it's through some sort of awakening or spiritual like understanding or reflection or enlightenment or inner knowledge information. But I feel like you're doing everything the right way to help yourself free yourself from that, which is nice. All right, my angels, so that's what I have for you. Gonna love you and leave you. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.